Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a fabulous Monday. Today I'm coming at you with our weekly Minks Monday Q&A. Before I get started, let me share the bag or the item that I'm using as my handbag. I am rocking the Chanel zipped wallet in the black caviar leather with the gold hardware, just running errands, so this is perfect. Alright, so grab your coffee, grab your tea, let's start your workout, let's go to work, let's do your laundry, whatever it is that you do, come join me. We have some awesome topics to cover today, and I have to say a huge thank you to all of you for all of the fantastic birthday wishes between last week and this past weekend. You guys are amazing. My goodness, I was literally reading every comment and it just brings such a smile to my face. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. All right, so let's get started with the first question, shall we? From Iana V. I'm not going to say your last name because I know I will butcher it, so my apologies. What is the biggest loss that you took by selling a bag? I'm torn between selling a bag at a $600 loss or keeping it and forcing myself to make it work. This is a fabulous question, and are you guys ready? Are you ready? I've told you I will always be upfront and honest with what goes on with luxury goods and everything else, every other aspect of my life. All right, so the biggest loss that I ever took with selling a bag was actually my, I thought it was going to be a tie for first place between my Vernis Almas, but it was actually my Celine mini luggage in the color Souris. Love the bag. I thought it was gorgeous, but I ended up taking a hit of $1,350. And I've said that before. I talked about it when I got the bag. I knew in the back of my mind that it was not going to hold its resale value. I talked about it in a few different videos. So $1,350. That's what I ended up losing on the handbag. Did it sting? Absolutely it did. But I think because I already went in with the mindset that it didn't hold its resale value, that, you know, it was going to happen. And because of the color that it had as well, it's not, I mean, it was a neutral, but it's not as universal of a color as black would be. So that also ends up hurting. That's why I've told you guys before, when it comes to colored handbags, they are beautiful and they are great. Some fashion houses hold their resale value a lot better. But for the most part, from what I have experienced and from what I have seen, colored handbags are very tricky. And the second place, like I said, was my Vernis Alma, and that one I lost, I believe it was $1,100 or $1,200 on that handbag. And it was like in pristine condition because I never used it, my Cerise. So learn from my mistake. And if I was to get another Celine, I've actually thought about getting the micro, and it took me from going from a Phantom to a mini luggage to figuring out that a micro would end up suiting my lifestyle the best. I've even thought about going on the pre-loved market to go that route because Celine, as gorgeous as it is and as wonderful as their leather is, it just doesn't hold its resale value that great. So the pre-loved market is a fantastic way to be able to not lose that much money when it comes to fashion houses or pieces that don't hold their resale value as well. So yeah, how you like them apples? $1,350. Yeah, $1,350. I think after shipping, insurance, and PayPal fees, that's what I ended up that's what I ended up making on that handbag, if you will. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. Next question from Anne Grimza. Hopefully I said that correctly. Based on your comments regarding canvas and keeping it under a $2,000 price point, I must ask your thoughts on the Louis Vuitton Duomo. For the size, 14 by 16 by 5, the price seems fair. Do you know if this is a structured bag? This is a wonderful question, and the Louis Vuitton Duomo, there's two of them. There's the Duomo by itself, which retails for $17.50 here in the States. And they also have a hobo version, and I will insert a picture of the Duomo right now. I have to agree with you 100%. I feel that this bag offers quite a bit for the price point that it has. It's on the larger side, but I don't feel it's too big of a bag. You know what I mean? You can get away with carrying a ton of items inside. I love the fact that it's Damier Ben. I love the fact that it has an adjustable strap. Like I said, they also have the hobo, and the hobo doesn't, it's just just has a regular shoulder strap on it. And I believe that one retails for $16.50 if I'm not mistaken. So the regular Duomo is $17.50, right? Yeah. But it is structured, but it's not to the point where it's so structured that it's stiff. You know what I mean? I feel that you still get quite a bit of play with it, and it's not one of those bags that you set down and it'll completely just fall apart into a beautiful mess. Once upon a time, I thought that this bag was very similar to the Sully. I used to have the Sully, and whenever I would take the items out of the Sully, I felt that it would just lose its structure and it would just kind of plop over, and that's why I always refer to it as a beautiful mess. And this one, when you take your items out, whether it has the items inside or whether it's completely empty, it still keeps its structure. But like I said, it's not super stiff either. So I really like that. And, you know, I'm just a really big fan of the details that they have, the grommets that it has. And I feel that this bag is just a great option if you want a workhorse type of bag. If you want a bag that you don't have to worry about because it is the color treated leather with the damier ebene, I think that it is fantastic. And again, the fact that it has that adjustable strap, I feel that it adds a lot of versatility to it as well. So big fan of the Duomo, and yeah, again, the fact that it's damier ebene is amazing. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. Next one from Lil B Flores. Hopefully I said that correctly. Love your sweater. I've been wanting to order one. Do they run small? This is in reference to the Vogue sweatshirt that I was wearing on my last week's MMQA. I actually got quite a bit of questions on this. I actually ended up getting mine in a size, I ordered mine in a size medium large. And to be honest, I feel that they run a little bit large. When I asked Jen about the sizing on them, I believe she said that the medium large is for sizes 8 to 10, but I can really get away with using a small. But I personally like the way that it's a little bit oversized, and they are insanely comfortable. I know this is going to be one of my November favorites because I have already been using it to death. Between this one and the Saint Style, I think they're amazing. So they're really comfortable and they're lightweight, and I just love the way that they feel. So again, I know some people have said that they feel that they run a little bit small. I feel that they run a little bit big, and I have a bigger chest, and I still have quite a bit of space, you know, going on the top. So, so it ends up working out perfectly. So yeah, the medium large is what I ended up getting, and I will double check with her as far as the sizing, and I will put it on the description box below if you guys are wondering. But absolutely, absolutely love them. I'm dying to get the Tomboy sweatshirt as well, but I think it's currently out of stock. I think that's the one that you were, that Lil B Flores was the, this is the one that you were looking to get, the Tomboy. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. All right, next one from Ivana S. I'm not even going to attempt to say your last name because I know I will butcher it, so my apologies. All right, I saw a lovely Chanel medium flap in jersey cotton on eBay from a very reputable seller, and it's around 2,000 euro. I'm now constantly thinking about it not being a completely leather handbag, but here's what I think. I know that I could buy an all-leather medium for around 2,700 euro, but I want a vintage jumbo with the extra large double CC, and that bag I can find for 3,000 euro. So I explained to myself that it is okay to buy a cheaper jersey medium now and then later add a vintage jumbo. And I'm gonna be honest, I can't wait another 6 months to save an extra 1,000 euro to buy a jumbo first. What do you think about jersey flaps? Do you think I'm going to be sorry for the jersey purchase in 2 to 3 years when the excitement disappears? This is a fantastic question. And, you know, I'm a big fan of the jersey. I love the colors that they come in. However, I'm not a fan of how it wears over time, especially on the corners, or I've noticed that sometimes they tend to pill over time. Pill, not peel, over time. I always have a hard time saying that word. I don't know why. So that's the reason why I kind of tend to shy away from them, but I still think that they are absolutely gorgeous. So if that's what makes your heart sing, going for the jersey, then I would go for it. Personally, if it were up to me, I would end up waiting to get the all leather bag that you really want, because I feel that if the jersey ends up lasting you 2 to 3 years, or maybe you kind of fall out of love with it, number one, you wouldn't be able to get close to what you paid for it because of the material that it has. But when it comes to an all leather Chanel handbag, those you can use for 20 plus years, and those also hold their resale value a lot better. So in the long run, I feel that waiting the extra 6 months, and I know that's going to be torture, waiting for 6 months to get exactly what it is that you want would end up working out better, because I feel that even though you like the jersey, and it does have a friendlier price point, the fact that you're already thinking, well, I'm not crazy that it does, you know, that it's not an all leather bag. There's already that doubt. And I feel that even though it is gorgeous and you might like it, you might not enjoy it as much as you would an all leather, what's it called, flap. But that's just, I mean, those are just my own 2 cents. I feel that, you know, like I've said before, if a bag makes your heart sing, then absolutely go for it. But if it were up to me, I would definitely wait and put it towards the bag that I'm just like, you know, it checks off all the marks on my wish list. So hopefully that was able to help. Next question from Miriam SN. Hopefully I said that correctly. How do you feel about the Chanel Vanity case, the bag? And planning on getting the medium size. Is it worth the money? This is a fantastic question. Now when it comes to the Chanel Vanity case, I know that I've seen like the large size, the medium I believe retails for, I've seen some for like $4,300 I think. $4,400. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture to share with you guys. If I find a link, I will put it on the description box below for further eye candy if you want to check it out. And I've seen some, like I said, for $4,300, $4,400, $4,700. It really depends on the combination. But like I said, I think that this bag is super, super cute. I love the fact that it has that vintage vibe to it. I'm a big fan of vanity cases. I always have been. And I'm not too crazy, to be honest, about using it as a handbag, only because of the zip around closure that it has to get in and out of the bag. I feel that because the zipper goes all the way from one side to another, I know that you can set the zippers in the middle so that way you can retrieve your items, but I still feel that it might be a little too fussy. But, I mean, you can use it. I know I've seen some people use it as crossbody on their shoulders, and it does have quite a bit of bells and whistles, but I still feel that it adds to the beauty of the bag, you know what I mean? And if you were to use it, or I mean, you know, using it as a handbag, it's very different from most of the Chanel handbags that you see out there. It's very different from a jumbo. It's very different from a Coco handle or anything like that. So the fact that if you're wanting to go for a bag that is different from most of what you see, out and about, then I would definitely go for it. And as far as something being worth it, it's all a matter of how much you would be able to incorporate it into your lifestyle. If you find that you're going to end up using this bag maybe once or twice a month, or you won't get too much use out of it, then I don't think it's worth it. But if you see yourself using the bag, rocking the bag, and just going for it, then I definitely think that it would be a great addition to your collection. So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but like I said, I think this bag is gorgeous. It's beautiful, and it has the beautiful leather lining on the interior. The only thing that I'm not crazy about personally is just the zip around closure. I wish it was a little bit, I really wish it was a little bit, maybe just only on the top and not on the side so much. Or I don't even know if that makes sense. I don't know. But I remember when I was playing with it at the boutique and, or not playing with it, that sounds horrible. But when I was studying it, researching it, if you will, at the boutique, I remember, I kept saying the zip around closure is the only thing that bugs me about it. But other than that, I think it's gorgeous. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. Next question from CML Lopez. I am buying a Neverfull MM. I saw your video on patinas. Will follow that advice. What about the canvas? Should I use any products before use? This is a wonderful question, and first and foremost, congratulations on your soon-to-be Neverfull MM. You are going to love it. Now, when it comes to possibly treating the canvas, I don't treat the canvas. I never have. I've never treated the canvas or the vachetta, like you said from the video. I feel that the oils on your hands end up doing all the protecting that you need. That's just my own personal preference. I know a lot of people prefer to put products on the canvas because they feel that it makes it look a little bit brighter, or maybe the canvas starts to dull out over time, and they like, like I said before, they like putting the products on there. But for me, I just steer clear from it. I just feel that it's going to age the way that it's going to age naturally if you just use it the way that it should be without putting anything on it. But again, that is just my personal preference. Everyone is different. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with any of my canvas pieces cracking, and I've had some for over 10 years. And like I said, I've never treated them. So hopefully that's able to answer your question, and congratulations once again on your soon-to-be bag. Next question from Mary Green. What's your opinion on the Chanel business Affinity? What a name. I'm somehow drawn to it as my first Chanel because of its classic look with a certain twist to it. Do you think it will become a classic? Would I be wasting money in case it doesn't work out for me and I'd like to resell? This is an awesome question. Now, when it comes to the Chanel business Affinity, I do have a picture and I will insert that right now. Now that bag, it does come in a variety of different sizes. They range anywhere from, I believe, $2,700 to $4,000 if you go for the shopping tote. But I am a huge fan of the business Affinity. When we were in Oahu, I was this close to getting the black caviar leather one just because of how much this bag offers, especially for the price and especially for Chanel. I think that, you said it perfectly. It is, it has that classic look with a certain twist. So it has been modernized so that way you can use it crossbody. You can, put it on your shoulder if need be, or you can just kind of use it as a little hand carry bag, which I love. So the versatility is amazing on this bag. And I also like the fact that it does have a little zip around, what's called a little zip around pocket on the front, kind of like what I was talking about with the Vanity case, but it also has the flat part of it where you can end up putting, your wallet, your phone, or anything else that you need. And if you need to get something a little bit quicker, maybe go into the smaller pocket that has that zip around closure. So that's why I was, that's why I was saying before, I wasn't such a fan of the Vanity because it goes all the way around to get into it versus this one has a little part of it and then you also have the flap. But it has feet on the bottom. It does have the leather strap on the, in the middle of the chain, so it's a little bit more comfortable. But this bag, I mean, it is structured. It has just so much organization, going on. So for the price point, for what you can get away with using inside of the bag, I am a huge fan of the business Affinity, and it also holds its resale value incredibly well. So let's say that you end up going for it and maybe it doesn't end up working out for you, you should be able to get close to what you paid. If not, you wouldn't end up losing, a lot of money on the bag because it is very popular. And all of the colors, to be honest, are very popular. Of course, the black is always the best, the best or the color that people end up going towards the most. But there's reds, there's the pink that I showed you guys. There's so many different colors. So I think this bag is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I don't know if that helps, but if you go for it for your first Chanel, I think it's going to be a fantastic choice to go for. But great question. Next question from Laura Scott. I see you rocking the Neverfull in Damier Ben. I heard when using the drawstrings with this canvas, the corners crack. Any experience with this? This is a wonderful question, and to be honest, I've never had any issues with the corners or the canvas cracking if I was to use the drawstrings. I think I've actually cinched in the sides maybe once or twice the entire time that I've had the Neverfull, only because I feel that because of the size, I like being able to see everything at a glance. I like how open it is. If I was to get a Neverfull GM, then I really like the look of it with the cinched in sides. I did do quite a bit of research on this, and I have seen, I went onto some forums and some people were saying that they ended up experiencing the cracking canvas if they ended up leaving the sides cinched in for long periods of time. So I also reached out to a couple sales associates just to hear their feedback on them, and they've really said, some of them said it's kind of like a case-by-case scenario. Others said that they've never seen their clients, bring them back or anything like that. So like I said, unfortunately, I don't have too much experience with it. What I would suggest doing is if you wanted to cinch in the sides, I would do it here and there, maybe not all the time, just kind of break it up. And that way, when you go to store your handbag, I would advise to store it completely open without having without using the drawstrings. But I would love to get your guys' feedback on this question. Have any of you experienced any type of canvas cracking. My goodness, I'm having the hardest time talking today. If any of you guys have experienced the cracking canvas because of cinching in the sides, not because of anything else, when it comes to the Neverfull, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. And, you know, maybe we can figure out if this is something that definitely needs to be, you know, addressed even more so when we go into the boutiques or anything like that. I don't know. But yeah, I just end up leaving mine open, so I haven't had any problems. And also, I don't use, out of the 3 Neverfulls that I have, the Damier Ben is actually the one that I use the least, only because it tends to kind of tends to dig into my shoulders a little too much for comfort. You know what I mean? So again, if you guys have any feedback on this, if you've experienced it, if you know that someone that has, let us know in the comment section down below. But great question. All right, and then the last one from Brittany L. Is there anything that you do in your everyday life that you do not show in your videos? This is an interesting question. Is there anything that I do in my everyday life that I don't showcase in my videos that I can think of? No. I mean, I'm a nut on camera and I'm a nut off of camera, even more so, I think. I laugh at the most random, stupidest things. I take that back. There is one thing that I feel that I do in my everyday life that I definitely don't do on my videos, or I try my hardest not to, and that is to use profanity. I'm not saying that I necessarily swear like a sailor when I'm out and about. Sometimes, if I'm driving, I am the worst. You guys definitely do not want to be stuck in a car with me, because that's when all the colorful language starts to come out. I have no patience. But the reason why I don't really do that on camera is because, number one, I know a lot of you guys watch with your kids, and I am extremely respectful of that. And number two, I feel that there's kind of a time and a place for it. I don't feel that necessarily using profanity and talking about luxury goods kind of mesh together. At least I don't see it that way. So I know once upon a time people have called me a prude because of it, but call it a prude, call it what you will. I just feel it's being respectful and there's no need for it. Although sometimes they do slip out, you know, little words here and there. Definitely not the F-bombs or anything like that. So that's really the only thing that I can think of. Yeah. Everything else, it's exactly the same as if the camera wasn't even on me type of thing. But hopefully that was able to answer your question. All right, you guys, so that does it for our Minks Monday Q&A. You guys had some amazing questions, and hopefully I was able to help. I know I got super tongue-tied there. I don't know why. I'm having the hardest time talking. But again, I have to say thank you guys so much for all of the birthday wishes between last week and this past weekend. You guys are amazing. You sure know how to make a girl feel special. I love you guys all so very much. And for this week's lineup, it's going to be a little bit crazy. I will try to do what I got for my birthday haul. And what else do I have? I might have a vlog in store for you guys. I'm not too sure. I will try to probably get it out later on in the, on the weekend. Does that make sense? Yeah, something like that. But it's going to be crazy all over the place again. And I'm so sorry that I haven't been able to respond to any of your comments like I told you guys last week. It's just going to be a crazy 2.5 weeks. But I read all the comments and I cannot thank you guys enough for all of the support. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red button down below and hitting that bell so you're notified when I upload videos, which is anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week. And I will see you later this week. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.